My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love. Not just Made for Love. And today we are asking, what do they want you to know? What does your person want you to know right now? All right, let's get into it. Let's get some significators. And I'm using Oracle of the Radiant Sun because I'm really enjoying how straightforward this deck is. Okay. All right. Ooh, what I want you to know. Well, they're trying to make a decision. Okay. Do they let you in or do they keep you out? Do they let you into the inner sanctum? The inner sanctum. Or do they continue to keep you out here? And you're just like, whatever. Whatever. You're going to be fine, whatever decision that they make anyways. All right, so let's go. Let's get some significators. Your person's energy generally right now, inspired, absolutely inspired by you. Listen, they're watching you in secret. We have the moon, and moon is all about secrecy. It could be about shadow, it could be about intuition. So maybe even some of them might be doing like astral travel. Okay, we look at how there's a card number 12, which is a hangman. It's about higher perspective. So they could be looking at the higher perspective, astral travel or something like that, lucid dreaming. But they're spying on you somehow. And whatever they're seeing there is inspiring them to be truthful with themselves, be truthful with people around them, and step into a place of integrity because they have seen where integrity has gotten you. For some of you guys, might be some kind of celebrity, but you're being noticed by loads of people right now, and it's because you're you. You are you, right? And people are noticing that you are you. Okay. So just generally, the energy is about you. You are you. You are you. Energy towards you. Criticism. And I feel here, feeling like evil eye. Like they're jealous of your notoriety. I think they're jealous of you. They're jealous of your abundance. They're jealous of whatever is happening there in your life. They may even think that you have somebody else, and I think this is making them feel like really off balance, really off balance. So that they may even be trying to nitpick you, pick you apart, that kind of thing. So they're really a soul divided because one part of them is inspired by you, and then there's another part of themselves that feels threatened by you, and also doesn't trust you. It's like the more intuitive self, like their intuition is telling them, "Oh, look at this! It's the one. Aren't they amazing?" Blah 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 blah. And then the ego is like trying to pick you apart because you are some kind of threat. You're a threat to the ego. You're a threat to the ego. So the ego is trying to protect itself by picking you apart. Yeah. Because even this eye It's blue green, so it's like part of them knows the truth, but then the eyes of jealousy kind of taints everything. It feels this card here feels almost like the fox and the grapes. When they feel like the grapes are out of reach, they start deconstructing the grapes and say, oh, it's sour. So I feel like that it's like they feel like you are out of reach, or like the opportunity with you has passed you by. So they're trying to deconstruct you. So 1 minute they're inspired, next minute they're jealous. And in that kind of energy, like spirit is asking this person, like, what the fuck do you want? Do you want this person or you don't want this person? And maybe you're mirroring this shit too. Maybe you're mirroring this too. Maybe 1 minute you're there, oh, it's my love, my one true love. Next minute, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Right? Spirit's asking, what the fuck do you guys want right now? What do you want? Because in this energy, nothing can manifest. Spirit can't bring all and nothing. You're confused in spirit right now. So right now, you all have to figure out what the fuck do you want. That's what spirit is asking right now. What the fuck do you all want? What do you want? What do you want? That's what spirit is asking. What do you want? You know what? Let's ask spirit, because this is going to be the answer for you too. What is causing this divisiveness within this person's psyche? What is causing this divisiveness within this person's psyche? Underneath of that, because they feel inadequate. They feel inadequate. This is poor self-image, low self-esteem. They feel inadequate. So they idolize you, but they also want to deconstruct you because they feel like they can never rise to your standard, or never level up to reach you. So this is what's happening. This is nothing based in truth. Yeah, it's the ego. It's all about the ego trying to keep them safe, because if they move towards you, that's them moving out of a comfort zone. That's them, there's so many things in their life that would have to change, and they don't want to change. They don't want to change. This is all the ego. All right. What do they want you to know at this time? What do they want you to know? So I guess the first thing they want you to know is that they're mixed up. They're mixed up. They're torn. They're tormented. What else do they want you to know? We have speculation. That's the same energy that we were getting there. Okay, if I do that, what's going to happen? If I do this, what's going to happen? We have negotiation. We have enthusiasm. And we have eccentricity. Interesting. I'm going to pull a card on eccentricity. We have caution. You're freaking this person out. Well, that's a them problem. You're freaking this person out. Okay, so what am I getting here? Okay. This person is trying to find the balance between the enthusiasm and the love that they feel for you, but also that sense of caution that is coming into their psyche. That caution that Hesitation, hesitation, not hesitation, right? They're very wary of wary. Go on, never say it right. W Wary, right? Yeah, because they know that you can hurt them. Their heart is engaged. We have Cancer energy here. Right. So it's very emotional, it's very watery, but it also makes them feel very defensive because you see, look, his pincers are up, right? He's ready to defend himself here, this Cancer. They're ready to defend themselves, right? So as much as they understand who you guys are, okay, understand that this could be a stable relationship, understand that you guys are counterparts. We have the 4 here, so it could even be 4 of Wands energy, twin flame energy. And they're very enthusiastic about you. They're drawn towards you. They're drawn towards your independence, your, joie de vie. They are magnetized. But at the same time, because they feel so emotional, because they feel so vulnerable around you, because you have the power to hurt them, that's what creates that kind of division within the psyche. So that they're trying to balance this right now, right? I think there is an awareness within your person of these two selves cohabitating. I think they know. And I think they have an awareness that it's their own feelings of inadequacy and their past trauma that's causing that. And I think they're trying to bring themselves into balance. But this is way outside your person's comfort zone. And then the other thing that makes them be very cautious as well is that you're very eccentric. You are beyond the experience that they have had thus far in this life. They don't have any tools to deal with you, right? You're weird. You're weird to them. You are not like anyone that they have ever grown up with or made contact with, right? You're weird, and not only are you weird, but you're comfortable with being weird, right? You're comfortable with standing out. You are comfortable with attention, okay? You don't care what people think about you, and this is a big shift and change from what they have grown to know or what they know or what they were taught, right? And the other thing that blows their mind is how people love the fact that you are weird, because they were always thought that if you're weird, if you're weird or if you're different, you're exposing yourself to be ostracized, right? That's the messaging they have gotten from their circle. Once you're weird in their circle, you're ostracized. But you are loved because you're flicking weird, right? And they just can't seem to reconcile this at all, right? And it really makes them cautious because they understand that the coming together of you and them is going to be like the coming together of the earth and the sea, right? Such a weird creature, a weird odd couple, right? And they're very cautious because they have grown up under a lot of criticism and they don't want to subject you to that. And remember, when two people come together, it's not just two people. It is two people and their worlds that will collide. And they're very cautious about their world and your world colliding. Because they don't want to subject you to the kind of criticism that they have been subjected to. Whoever is around them looks like they're very vocal, and they're usually very vocal with your person, and they know if you hitch your wagon to theirs, you're going to be subjected to the same scrutiny. And it looks like you have more things to talk about because you're going to be weird to their friendship group, their circle, right? So there's something about them not wanting to subject you to that kind of conjecture. Okay, so they love you, they're magnetized towards you, their heart is really open to you, but they feel like they have to protect themselves because the risk and the danger of being hurt is so great. Okay? So they're trying to balance that. This is something that they're trying to balance because they know this is not something that is grounded in their present reality. They know that this is past trauma. They know that this is the ego trying to protect them. Okay, so they know that. So that they're trying to balance this and take hold of this, take hold of this, right? But the other thing that gives them caution is the fact that you're so different to what they know and the world that they inhabit, right? They feel like they're going to expose you to a lot of criticism should you guys come together. So I feel like it's also somebody who's trying to figure out how do they protect you. I get this, and I think we've been getting this message for quite a while as well. Okay, all right, let's get messages from your person's 5D self, their higher self. Messages from their higher self. What do they want you to know? All right, we have rising above problems. So they really are trying to rise above this. They're realizing, that they're just triggered. There's nothing that you're doing in their present reality that indicates that you don't have their best interests at heart or you want to hit them. There's nothing in their present reality that is suggesting that. So they know this is their mind. They know this is the ego. So this is something that they're trying to transcend and rise above. So what else do they want you to know? Let's get two cards. Ooh, what's this? We have betrayal, right? So your person is deathly afraid of betrayal because they have been betrayed in the past. They've been abandoned in the past. They've been cheated on, and they've always told themselves that they would never allow anybody that close again. They will never allow anybody that close to them. But here you are. Here you are. You're already on the inside, right? When they think they've managed to keep you out, you're already on the inside, right? So, so what I want you to know is that they're scared. They're scared of being hurt again. They're deathly afraid of it. There's something that feels like death to your person. I don't feel it's just one instance in their mind. I think your person has had a history of betrayal from childhood right up until now. What else do they want you to know? Let's get three cards. It's going to take two. Three. Right, so they're working on their self-confidence, working on putting themselves out there, and they're inspired by you to do this because they see how you're living your and it's a phrase that's kept coming up, particularly in this month, that you've been living your life out loud, right? You're large and in charge, and you're not afraid to put yourself out there. They love your confidence. They love how you speak your truths loudly. You have your mic in your hand. You're broadcasting who you are, and they're seeing how people love you for it. So, they're feeling less and less intimidated by putting their true self out there because of you. And the next thing they want you to know is being with you is like heaven on earth. It's like heaven on earth to them. Okay, just being in your presence, they feel buoyant, they feel alive. And everybody here is like a little hippie, right? So I'm also getting as well that because they can be themselves with you, this is the most alive that they feel in their life. It's when they make contact with you. That's the most alive they feel, and they want more of it, right? This is a card number 78, which reduces to 15, which is the devil, and the devil is about all addictions. It's about having that bond, that attachment, and that's what makes them feel so attached and magnetized towards you. It's the energy that they feel when they are in your presence. As I said, as this card is saying, it is like heaven on earth. It's the closest that they will ever feel to to heaven, to divine. You are the closest that they have ever felt to divine, and you're facilitated as well, them feeling closer to divine, right? All right, let's get some messages from the 3D self. All right. My desire is to be with you, but I can't ask you to wait for me because at this time I am burdened by a sense of duty and responsibility. So I don't know if your person has a high power job. I don't know if your person already has a family. I don't know if they're taking care of a sick parent, a sick partner. But there's something here that they feel like they just can't simply abandon right now. Okay. And that's not an excuse, that's a reason. But either way, if your needs are not being met, it doesn't matter if it's an excuse or a reason, right? Your needs are not being met and you have to do what's best for you. Okay? All right. So that's their problem. So you don't have to make their problem your problem, right? Okay, so let's see. I'm working through my fears. They said it. They did. They did. I think they recognize now what that fear is. It's nothing that you are doing, right? It's nothing that you are doing, right? So they may have been criticizing you and you're doing this to me and you're doing it, always pointing the finger at you. But now they're saying that it's nothing that you're doing, right? It's their own fears. I'm working through my fears so that I can explain everything to you one day. All right. So a lot of them, they're kind of gearing up for a talk, a little chat with you, because they want you to understand where they're coming from and what informs their thought processes and their decision making. They want you to understand them. They don't really care about anybody else, but they want you to understand. We will have to rebuild the trust to build a solid foundation for our relationship to heal and thrive. So this person sees you in their future and they want a relationship that can stand the test of time. Now they recognize that whatever happened to you guys in the past, it really rocked the foundation of your connection. And they know that it has to be rebuilt brick by brick, gesture by gesture, word by word, right? And it looks like they are committed to putting in the work. I don't feel worthy. It came out. We saw inadequate, right? I don't feel worthy because I fucked things up. But I want to know if you would give me another chance. I want you back. So they won't, they won't give you wrong. If you didn't want to see them again, if you didn't want to talk to them again, but clearly you're still interested in watching these videos, right? They won't give you wrong because they know that they messed up. But this is someone who is committing to do better. What is I am trying to get out of my head? They really are. We saw it, right? They really are. And into my heart. I meditate to connect with you. Which one was that? You see what I'm saying with that moon? I told you for some of them they're astral traveling. I meditate to connect with you in spirit, and my higher self helps guide me to my truth. So I think that their intuition is really turned on at this point. And I think for a lot of them, they're intentionally trying to connect with you spiritually. So if you find them popping up in your dreams a lot, that's them trying to connect, right? So that's what they want you to know. All right. In the extended, we're going to look a little more closely at what's happening in their life right now, what's happening on their spiritual journey. We're going to go into Magic Calabash and see if there's anybody that wants to come forward to talk about what your person's going through. And then we're going to look at what's your next person's actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading. But right now, if you can't join me in the extended, let me get some advice from Spirit for your connection. Okay? And I would be appreciative of your likes, your shares, comments down below. You could put a full stop. It all helps with the algorithm, right? If you're able to interact with any of the ads that play, influencers do get revenue for that. And I ask you as well to do this for any content creator that you enjoy on any platform, however you can. Support them, give them an equal energy exchange. Please do, right? All right, so that's how things are sustained. Oh, true love and commitment, beautiful. And we're always happy when we see the swans together because we know they're made for life, right? All right, the gardener, and this is about working hard. This feels like an Eight of Pentacles vibe. Tending to the garden, and in the back there are two trees that are trying to join. So two family lines, two lineages that are trying to join and come together here. But Spirit said it's going to require work. Ha! I saw it turn it open. There it is. All right, work and diligence. And you can have a look at the card if you see any other messages in there. The gardener benefits throughout his life by learning how to nurture the feminine energies in his world. He builds up the gentle garden beds, shapes the garden, puts up the fences and trellises, and turns the soil. He plants the seeds that the feminine gave him initially and protects them while they grow. Sometimes he has to work hard so that when harvest time comes, he can enjoy the full bounty of his reward. He learns how to be in harmony with her seasons and therefore profits from her beauty and abundance, while she benefits from his strength and diligence. So it's about cooperation. Cooperation makes it happen. Oh, yes. Anyways, the gardener finds a certain kind of inner peace with all aspects of his garden because it keeps him connected to the great feminine cycles of nature and Mother Earth. In nature, you cannot rush or force things. You cannot have fruit from your tree without planting the seed first and tending it patiently. You have drawn this card today because you may bring as you have drawn this card today, so you may bring your attention to the work of your inner and outer gardener. It's time to consider what areas of your life need weeding, planting, fertilizing, and other forms of constructive attention. And I feel this is what this person is doing also, right? They're realizing there are things within them that need to be weeded out, right? Like their fears. There are things within them that need to be tended to and planted, like self-esteem and self-worth, right? And there are things that need fertilizing, like their own creative exploits, their own creative projects, right? And all sorts of different things. So this is about working on yourself and recognizing what is needed now, okay? What you're going to need for the future, and actively tending to those things. When the gardener calls, it means that some planning is required, followed by action taken with a willingness to work towards your goals realistically so that you can achieve them. Call on your inner gardener to help you nurture and cultivate the seeds that are ready to take root and sprout in your life. So Spirit saying this is time for some self-work, okay? There are things, just as this person is working on themselves, there are things that you also need to weed out. There are things that you also need to fertilize within yourself. There are things that you also need to plant within yourself, okay? And inspire yourself, affirmations, all that, right? So that you can get the best possible outcome. And if everybody is tending to their garden on their own, eventually they're better prepared to come and tend to a community garden. So, right, so it feels like it's not time for the community garden yet, with you and them coming together, but it's time to work on your own stuff. Okay, so you get the tools that you will bring to the community project. Okay, all right, my love, so that was your reading. If this gels with you, join with me in the extended as we go deeper into these energies. Okay, my love.